In Detroit, the poorest large city in America, tens of thousands of families have had their water shut off because they cannot afford to pay their bills. 25,000 households are at risk of losing water service by this winter. City authorities claim that assistance is available for those who are in need, but the funds allocated for payment assistance are woefully inadequate. Mamie Brown, a preschool teacher of 22 years, is laid off every summer and is struggling to pay her water and sewage bill. 2 weeks ago, water service to Mamie's home on Detroit's west side was shut off because she could not afford to pay her bill after her daughter had a medical emergency.
I am a preschool teacher for about 22 years now. I was trying to get some assistance for my water bill. I was in a payment arrangement which was $295 a month, which I could not pay. I had been paying $150 to $130 every month on my water bill. Every month I gave them something. They came out and they shut my water off and left me with this mess.
To speak with a customer service specialist, press 6. Thank you for calling the Detroit Water and Sewage Department emergency line. This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance. Please hold while your call is transferred. This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance.
When you go into the office to talk to them, they can say whatever they like to say to you to be rude, but when you talk or comment back to their response, they send call a security guard to stand over you like you're a criminal. People deserve to be respected regardless of whether they can pay their bills or not. When a person has to choose between water or feeding their children, you would get irate and upset too. United Way has funds, but you have to be a certain income bracket. And I didn't qualify for that because I made $1,000 too much. They tore up my yard, and then he left some dangerous stuff for a child that's playing on the sidewalk, or anybody that can fall on it and get cut. They dug up a nice little chunk of my yard. I have a daughter who was robbed and shot last year, and she's having a lot of surgery on her hand. She was at this gas station on Schoolcraft and Evergreen coming from work as a waitress, and a guy tried to rob her, and they got to tussling with the gun, and she got shot in the hand. So we've been going back and forth with that, trying to get her situated. She's not working. I'm the only person working and carrying the load. Plus, we had to fight for her to get medical insurance because my job took her off because she turned 27.
To make matters worse, Mamie's water was shut off even as her house was being flooded by sewage as a result of the decrepit state of the city's sewerage infrastructure.
Raw sewage was coming up into my home. From the basement to all the bathrooms to the sinks, the bathtubs, everything was flooding. The water ran over from the bathroom and, as you can see, destroyed my carpet, my ceiling, because I have a bathroom upstairs that ran over. The cabinet in my kitchen is all puckled up. I had 2 estimates from a restoration company, and they're telling me that it's every bit about $30,000 worth of damage. I pay more in sewage costs than I do in the water that I'm using in my home. And it's ridiculous. And then when I have a flood, I'm paying all this sewage. Why am I paying the sewage costs if the sewage is backing up and flooding? So what am I paying for? They can't explain that. We purchased some bottled water, and I've been watering the plants, giving the dog water, using buckets of hot water from neighbors coming down, and I cleaned it up. I refuse to stay here like that. I've been going over to my niece's house, taking a bath in the morning, a bath at night, bringing home, filling up the gallon of water things that I have, bringing back to flush the toilet with. I had to bleach, so the bleach was running out the wall. That's why the carpet is bleached on the tips from running over. But it was destroyed anyway, so what the heck. I have to bleach and get that feces out. I'd rather have it sanitized and cleaned than to be breathing in that. Even the water company guy, when he came in, I had on gym shoes and I was touching stuff with my hands. He even said, ma'am, I would recommend you put on some boots or put on some gloves. But it was just that I was trying to move some things that you never get back. You're telling me that I have to wait 90 to 120 days for a claim, but you won't give me a grace period on a water bill. The same way y'all come out and shut this water off should be the same services that people get when they have damage that the water company has caused. Because if they were cleaning them drains out and doing what they need to do on a regular basis, this wouldn't have happened. People wouldn't be flooding like this. And I know it's a lot of budget cuts. I know people that work for the water company said that we don't realize that a lot of those guys' jobs have been cut. They don't make that known to the public.